Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, an Olean man has been indicted federally on child pornography charges. Details coming up.
Plus, a local Asheville's family home remodel featured on a nationally renowned military makeover show is hitting the airwaves. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a live look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt, and happy Wednesday, everybody. And the rain you see here on radar is coming our way. It's coming out of the north and west, and this is going to be overspreading our region. We're actually out of the south and west. It'll be coming our way throughout the afternoon today, so get used to the raindrops because that's going to be the story. Now, yesterday, the Storm Prediction Center did have pretty much the most southern extent of our area under a marginal risk. That's a 1 out of 5. However, they trend it back, but they do have Erie, PA under that marginal risk. And if any storms become severe today, I don't expect it, but if any storms do become strong to severe, it's a gusty wind threat. But you know what we say, when it comes to thunderstorms, you expect the unexpected. So scattered showers and storms through the afternoon today. Some of them could be heavy with some heavy rainfall, and it's going to be muggy as well. The dew point temperatures are coming up 66 to 73. South wind averaging around 8 to 16 miles per hour. We'll time out the rain chances, plus big warm up coming our way for the weekend. We'll talk about it with the full forecast a little bit later on in the show.
Alrighty, Dakota, looking forward to it. Thank you. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Buffalo says that an Olean man was indicted by a federal grand jury on charges of receipt and production of child pornography and enticement of a minor. 28-year-old Shane Guai reportedly faces a mandatory minimum penalty of 15 years in prison, a maximum of life, and a $250,000 fine if convicted. The indictment alleges that back in November of 2016, the Ayer and Shirley police departments in the state of Massachusetts received reports that 15 sixth grade females attending the middle schools in those towns had received unsolicited messages of a sexual nature from a male only known as George through Instagram. George allegedly attempted to solicit sexually explicit images from the minor victims, and to some of the minors, George at first alleged to be a lesbian minor female and sent topless images of a minor female to the victims before sending graphic photos of a male to the minors. Now, Guai was arraigned before U.S. Magistrate Judge H. Kenneth Schroeder, and for more on the indictment, please visit our website at WNYNewsNow.com, and you can also read the full news on our mobile app.
A City of Jamestown woman was arrested early this morning after allegedly becoming disorderly and refusing to leave the 7-Eleven store on North Main Street. Jamestown police tell us that 28-year-old Brandy Haight was charged by officers with second-degree obstructing governmental administration. Haight was allegedly standing in the doorway of the store yelling at employees there. Police say she initially refused to leave the doorway but eventually did so. Officers said she also allegedly refused to identify herself and attempted to walk away from them. Haight was taken to Jamestown City Jail pending arraignment in the case.
New York State will be closing 2 prisons as part of various proposals that are in Albany. Congressman Tom Reed says that the closure essentially allows for the opening of heroin injection sites. Reed states that the closure is another example of extremism from the state capitol.
This to me is a priority-setting agenda of Albany that is truly extreme. I mean, when you're talking about closing 2 prisons, Livingston County and Manhattan have been identified as those 2 prisons for closure, and then have legislative proposals that are going to open heroin injection sites in our community. It shows us the danger of the radical left agenda that the Democratic Party in Albany is now controlled by.
Now, Reed says that the Democratic Party is, quote, no longer the party of your grandmother or grandfather. Reed adds that the drug epidemic issue will be compounded rather than improved with potential heroin injection sites.
Well, a local Asheville's family home remodel featured on a nationally renowned military home renovation show is getting ready to hit the airwaves. Scott Seberg, he's Lifetime's military makeover with Montel William, aired the first episode of the Willits story just last week. Here's some video from their homecoming a few weeks ago. WNY News Now caught up with J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling's Scott Seberg, who worked on the remodel. Seberg said it was an amazing experience to help remodel the Willets home. That Air Force veteran explained that his crew's primary mission was in demolition.
We're junk removal specialists, so we take care of all the debris, demolition. Every house in the country has got stuff they don't want anymore. So when we go in and do a military makeover, there's a lot of stuff that we need to get rid of to make room for their new things. I was trimming bushes and painting walls, and the whole J-Dog team was just doing whatever we could to help, and I can't wait to see the results, because not everything was finished when we walked out of there.
Now, J-Dog's primary mission is to help veterans find a sense of purpose when they return to civilian life. Seberg also said he's looking forward to seeing the Willets' reaction to the makeover. For more on that, head to our website and mobile app, WNYNewsNow.com. And I got to watch a touch of the show. It is on YouTube as well, which there's links on the military makeover site, and we have links to that on our site and app. So it's really cool to see how they lay out the story. It's almost like I was just talking with Seberg, because we both got to watch it. It aired last Friday, was the first day, and it's almost like a mini-series in a way, where they kind of spread it out over multiple episodes. Because when you normally think of home reno, it's like you got that 60-minute block, and then it's like, okay, here's the reveal. And that's like, what, a week and a half of work? But not quite with Military Makeover. They really dive into the story and tell the story of the Willett family. So it's amazing to see. Obviously, they're living in their new house now. Or else, it wouldn't. Hollywood doesn't work that way. But yeah, so it's so cool. It's so cool, and it's so nice that we're able to keep following up on this story, because I think a lot of people probably saw the coverage of it and were like, "What happened?
Yeah,
where's
absolutely.
the episode?" So you can watch it right now online.
Perfect.
Pretty cool. Well, happy Wednesday to everybody. Hopefully, you're having a good day out there. Things are warming up, certainly. Feeling kind of humid this morning on the street, as probably a lot of people drove in. Hello to Lori. Hopefully you're doing well. Cindy, good afternoon to you. Thank you for being here. Gary, hello. Bernard, hello. Saying hello to, let's see, there's a lot of chit-chat going. Joseph,
Joe,
hello. Butch, hello. And David is watching. Good to see you as always, David. Let's see. Maria. And it looks like Brenda and Pam are here too. So drop your name in the comment. Say hello to us if you're new to the show. If you're a constant viewer, we appreciate it as always. Busy broadcast coming up. Medicaid bought drugs for registered sex offenders. What a new report out of Albany has to say about that.
But first, Chautauqua County officials are warning drivers to pay attention when passing through construction. Dakota.
Well, the high 70 degrees yesterday. You don't see it because the computer's being a little temperamental, but we'll get that fixed during the break. And News Now and New will continue in a minute, so don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's gonna have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's gonna have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
This year's Frewsburg Gala Days is bigger than ever. It's Old Home Week, June 12th through the 15th. Catch musical performances by Hot Mess Friday at 8, Smokin' 45 Saturday at 8. All the food, fun, and friends will be at Frewsburg Fire Company's annual Gala Days. And happening
their
now
focus
should-
is on the machinery and doing the job at hand. So that's why it's even more important that the people in the cars, they maintain a safe distance away, stay out of their way, and again, follow the directions that are provided.
That's Chautauqua County Public Facilities Director Brad Bentley, who is reminding drivers to slow down and pay attention as crews enter the height of their work season. In an interview with WNY News Now recently, Bentley stressed that drivers should first and foremost pay attention to flaggers and work signs.
First, recognize the signs. Once you see the signs, slow down, take your time. Nothing is that important where someone should get hurt. So as you approach it, look for additional signs, flag persons that will help direct you safely through the work zone, and just take your time.
Now, the official also explained another major safety problem his crew faces is distracted driving. Bentley reminds drivers that those who choose to speed, text and drive, or disobey road crew's instructions could face a hefty fine. He says workers are trained to take down license plates and report reckless drivers to police.
According to an audit released yesterday, or rather today, registered sex offenders in New York received $63,000 worth of erectile dysfunction drugs and other sexual treatments courtesy of the state's publicly funded Medicaid program. Federal rules bar Medicaid coverage of sexual treatments for all recipients, not just sex offenders. Yet state Medicaid officials approved hundreds of thousands of dollars in improper payments for the drugs between 2012 and 2018. And that's according to the audit which was released by State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli and first reported by the Associated Press. According to the audit, 47 of those Medicaid recipients were also state sex offenders who are prohibited from getting Medicaid-covered sexual treatments under state law. DiNapoli says that the lapses identified in the audit show the need for immediate action by state health officials to increase accountability and oversight. State health officials dismissed much of the criticism, noting that under Medicaid rules, erectile dysfunction drugs can be prescribed to treat other conditions such as prostate problems.
Well, it's an end of an era. At this week's Worldwide Developer Conference in San Jose, California, Apple announced it's phasing out the popular music app iTunes. In today's Consumer Watch, Mary Maloney has a closer look at what will replace the music app.
And I ain't breaking this shot, but let me go.
Sing goodbye to iTunes. Nearly 2 decades after Apple disrupted the music industry by changing the way we buy songs, the tech giant is mixing things up again.
The future of Apple Music, our iTunes, is not one app, but 3.
At its Worldwide Developer Conference, Apple announced it plans to remove the iTunes app from Mac OS and replace it with 3 new applications. One for podcasts, an Apple TV app for movies, shows, and upcoming original content from Apple, and a music app that will still allow you to listen to your favorite tunes. All of these will be available on Apple desktops in addition to phones and tablets.
It has all the powerful music features you expect from iTunes, all while being just blazingly fast.
Tech experts say the move is not a major surprise because the company has been pushing users towards its Apple Music subscription service. This way, instead of making money only when you buy songs, Apple can charge a monthly fee for unlimited content. Tech experts say this boosts revenue and allows Apple to compete with existing music streaming services. Apple says it will phase out the app with the introduction of a new desktop operating system. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
All right, Mary, thank you. Now, with iTunes' newest updates, as Mary explained, users will still be able to access features usually found in iTunes or other apps. For instance, Apple users will now have a tool on Mac computers to sync their devices. And Matt, certainly, I think a lot of people are probably a little disbarred by seeing their iTunes going away. I think probably the number one reason is you buy songs for $1.99 or $2.99. It's like, what's going to happen to those? I mean, you could still download them now on your computer and have an MP3, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like almost all that time, money has been wasted when you have this Apple Music app, which I do subscribe to, and it works pretty well. And They can listen to as many songs as they want.
I feel like this is going to be a mess, to be honest
you think
with
so?
you. Well, and I was talking yesterday with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter,
who's our Apple specialist.
Yeah,
he loves Mac
and
computers.
just listening to him, I mean, there was a bunch of stuff I did not know.
Yeah.
I think one of these days what we need is, Dakota, if you're listening, we'll have you write an article. Maybe a Hunter's, I don't know, I'd like to see an opinionated piece on the iTunes situation from him.
Yeah, it would be interesting, certainly, to get Dakota's feedback.
Absolutely. Well, in other news, Walmart wants to give students a job and help pay for their tuition. Employees will now be able to get degrees in fields ranging from computer science to cybersecurity for just $1 a day. Those who are in high school will be able to earn free college credits as well as free SAT and ACT prep through a partner network. Also under the program, Walmart will cover the remaining costs of tuition fees and books, and it's part of the changes to the retailer's Live Better You initiative. The move comes as Walmart and other companies struggle to find talent in a tight job market. Walmart currently employs more than 1.5 million people here in the United States, and less than 25,000 of them are high school students.
Well, gotta love Walmart.
Yes, you do. I mean, it's especially late at night. That's you know what? That is for me. That's the time to go.
Right, because no one's there.
No one's there, so less lines.
Right, that's true. Well, we talked about this before. I think how they have these new self-checkout lines with the conveyor belts that you can just go and check yourself out. But I suppose, in today's world, it's more and more competitive now to find good workers. I mean, we've seen it, and find good journalists, and it's so certainly. This seems like it could work to try to get people.
Absolutely.
Tuition is extremely high.
It is.
We'll want to say hello to Connie. Thank you for tuning in, Lori. Hello to you. Lori's talking about iTunes. I mean, geez, what's going to happen? And a lot of people have spent a lot of money on that program and not had great success. Hello to Jen. Hopefully you're doing well. Cindy, hello to you. Lexi, hello. Tabitha, hello. Hopefully you all are having a great day. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a live look at our weather.
And later on, Chautauqua County's Office for the Aging, they're partnering with FSA SUNY to provide meals for seniors in northern Chautauqua County. Details ahead as News Now continues.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story: a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back. And the 3 new apps are only for Mac users. So, thus, Mac users, we get them. Sorry, Windows users, you still have to bear the pain of iTunes. Here's a live look from the Mill Creek Mall Sky Vision camera, and the rain is coming on down as we have the rain coming in. This is the rain accumulation so far, 0.04 of an inch so far at this particular camera location. This is located on top of the old water tower at the Mill Creek Mall. Today starts the Celeron, the Ribfest and Car Show in Celeron. So how's the forecast looking? it's going to be wet. You can see it here. We got a chance of rain in the forecast, but at least temperatures will at least be almost where they should be. This is still below average by a couple degrees, but at least this will feel a little bit better, but the humidity is coming up as well, but you will be dodging raindrops, and maybe you feel thunder bumpers as well. So that kicks off today, and that goes all the way through the end of the week as well. Here's a live look at the HD News Now cam. Again, I've mentioned it before. I don't know what it is with this bee, but it likes this camera. It hovers around our camera so much. The current temperature is 65, got a south wind of 3, very light wind, and the dew point is at 61. So when the dew points are in the 60s, that's when you start to feel the moisture in the air. It's not the air you can wear, but it's close. Here's what's going on. All the showers and storms is what we call prefrontal. That's a mouthful to say, but this is all essentially this is all occurring out ahead of the front. The actual cold front's going to plow through tomorrow, but all this is occurring out ahead of the front, so it's prefrontal. And noteworthy thing, there's a tropical disturbance down here in the Gulf that is throwing some heavy rain across the Gulf Coast states, and some states down there need it because they've gone through like 14, 15 days of no rain, and they're starting to get dry. So that's welcome rain down there. Around here, we don't need rain. Again, we've had more rain than we've had dry days this spring, so we don't want this anymore. But again, we do have some rain that is currently coming through Northwest PA. It is on a track that's going to take it to Western New York in the next hour or so. So again, you will be dodging some raindrops as we go throughout the afternoon. And again, you can see us starting to overspread Western New York. So next thing is going to be that rain. So we'll time it out for you here on Future Scan. It's the in-house model. You can see the model picks up on it. Now there will be the chance for embedded shower and thunderstorm activity. We see these darker colors. That could be the thunderstorm activity. And again, that'll continue throughout the area today. It'll continue tonight in scattered nature. A few showers early tomorrow morning, but tomorrow starts a big warm up and we dry out for several consecutive days, which is what we need around here. So again, we may get into full sunshine. Now this is something new that we have, and we haven't really shown it on the air. It's called storm potential. And essentially what this does is that it basically looks at the atmospheric conditions and tries to pinpoint where the highest chance of thunderstorm development will be. And we don't see a whole lot. We're looking for these darker colors. And quite frankly, we don't see a whole lot of the overall dynamics in the atmosphere are not all that prime. So again, I don't expect any severe weather problems today, but again, there will be the chance for a few scattered showers and storms. So 55 to 63. I'm ready for the weekend already. 55 to 63. River Valley fog develops overnight. Here comes the next 7 days of your life. And 72 tomorrow, Friday, 74. And I hope you like your eggs sunny side up with a side dish of warmth, because that's what's going to be occurring over the weekend. And we stay into the 80s and 70s next week with another chance of rain. Sports is next. Do not go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. With their wins in their respected Section 6 Class Baseball championships, the Brockton Bulldogs and Falconer Golden Falcons opponents for the next round have been determined. On Saturday at noon, Brockton's varsity baseball team will play against Honoy at Dwyer Stadium in Batavia with a first pitch at 2 o'clock in the NYSPH SAA Class D Baseball Championships. Meanwhile, the varsity Golden Falcons will play against the Gowanda Panthers in the Class C Championships at SUNY Fredonia. That game will be at noon. That'll be at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Earlier this morning, the Buffalo Sabres officially introduced new head coach Ralph Krueger. During the interview, Krueger said that one thing that makes him unique is he keeps communication open between coaching staff and players, much like a two-way street.
Probably heard me say this already, but communication is also about listening to your players, to your environment, to your supporting staff, and to processing all of that, not just speaking. And I think that whether that's unique or different, I know that's probably one of my biggest strengths, is to create an honest locker room and an honest dressing room, an honest atmosphere, and to work within those boundaries.
Prior to joining the Sabres, Krueger was also the associate head coach for the Edmonton Oilers from 2010 until this past season. Krueger was also the head coach for Edmonton during the lockout-shortened 2012-2013 season. Besides the NHL, Krueger was the coach for Team Europe during the 2016 World Cup of Hockey. Tonight, with a 9 o'clock tip-off, the Golden State Warriors will host the Toronto Raptors in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Tied 1 game apiece, the Golden State Warriors won Game 2, 109-104 on Sunday in Toronto. Golden State will host tonight's game as well as Game 4. The entire NBA Finals will be televised on ABC and can be viewed on the NBA app. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Chautauqua County representatives recently visited the new updated Meals on Wheels kitchen at the State University of New York at Fredonia. This after the Chautauqua County Office for the Aging began a new partnership with the Faculty Student Association at the college back in April. FSA SUNY is now preparing all of the meals for delivery to Meals on Wheels participants in Brockton, Dunkirk, Forestville, Fredonia, Irving, Portland, Sheridan, and Silver Creek. It also prepares meals for the Office for the Aging's 5 congregate dining sites in the North County. These dining sites include the Star Apartments in Brockton, Stager Apartments in Dunkirk, Concord Estates in Fredonia, the Fire Hall in Forestville, and food is also provided to the Dunkirk Adult Daycare Program located at St. John's Church on Central Avenue. Officials say that the partnership is crucial to the quality of life of citizens with limited mobility, and more information can be found on our website in just a little bit at WNYNewsNow.com.
Oh, that's really awesome to see all of these groups kind of working together to complete that goal of having Meals on Wheels. And we know of the great successes that that's had. So certainly great recognition there. Thank you for that, Matt. Well, Dakota's here now with a final check of our forecast, and it's looking a little wet out there right now.
Yeah, something we don't need, which is more rain. But hey, today kicks off the Rib Fest and Car Show in Celeron, so if you're going, bring the ponchos, the umbrellas. You're going to need them, dodging a few raindrops, but it will be humid. But at least temperatures will be right around where they should be for this time of the year. And oh, baby, we're going to warm up. I hope you like your eggs sunny side up with a side of warmth, because that's your forecast for the end of the week going into the weekend. And we stay pretty much around where we should be early next week, but we're bringing another chance of rain. But at least we have 3 days of bright sunshine to dry out.
Hey, absolutely. It looks like a beautiful weekend, really.
It is. Get out and enjoy the great things around the community. Of course, whatever it is. I'm ready to go home.
The Rib Fest?
Go to Black. Yeah, I'm ready to go home. Go to Black.
Well, I've never heard of the Keep Your Eggs Sunny. That's cool. That's a good chain. Are you preoccupied today? Something you need to share with the audience? Or?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. You seem preoccupied. We're probing you.
Oh, do you mean? Oh, yeah. So Andrew's watching in the weather office, and unfortunately we can't take the weather office camera. There's some technical gafunkel going on with that. But today, Andrew and I are going to be working on the green wall. So we're going to get Andrew used to being up on the green wall and using the clicker and whatnot. So
you may see Andrew on a broadcast coming soon.
Andrew, run!
Yeah, run while you can. We leave you with a live look over our friends at Warren, Pennsylvania. Our friends in Warren, Pennsylvania is more grammatically correct. Use the Warren City fake camera.
Yeah, those grammar Nazis will come at you.
I know. And there was a bug there. Did you see that?
Nazi on the air?
What?
Are we allowed to use the word Nazi on the air?
No, why? It's
Yeah,
part
why
of
not?
history.
Well, okay, never mind.
Anyways, have a good day, everyone. Make sure you stay connected. WNYNewsNow.com and download our mobile app.